Normally when you're gonna start up an old engine that's been sitting for a long period of time, you just need a battery, you need some gas, you need to file the points to get spark to the spark plugs, and that's it. Normally starts up. On a Citroën GS, you don't want to do that because you're gonna ruin stuff. The GS has got timing belts, it's got tensioners, and you see this tensioner came out of an engine that's been sitting for just 10 years. Look at that. Can you believe this rust just developed by itself, just by humid air? And this is not turning. So if you try to start up an engine with tensioners like this, the timing belt's just going to slide over this rough surface. Nightmare. So you're going to need to take the whole front of the car apart. You're going to need to have the fan out, this big socket, and you need to have the fan shroud removed in order to get to the timing belts and all stuff underneath there. Clean it, and then maybe you can start the engine. So we have 4 cars to do. We're going to start up with the light brown one, and then we're going to continue with this dark gray Pallas. So let's start the work. Shouldn't we try to get a battery in this car before we do anything else? Just see if there is any circuits at all. I think we just go grab a battery and the keys and see if we can just wake it up a little bit. Yeah, battery connected. No sparks yet. Oh, it's already getting very hot in here. I got an impression that it wasn't any... Oh! Look at that! What? Oh my gosh. Let's just think about this for a while. This clock stopped at 5 minutes to 12 for like almost 30 years ago. And now it's running. Wow. Fan shroud is loose. We can have a peek at the cam belts. If they were high mileaged, we wouldn't see those markings. We could probably reuse these for the purpose of starting the engine. My oh my. Yeah, look at the mess we made. Okay, let's have them removed, and gonna have a look at these, because these are not spinning around. It spins around nice and free. Now when spark plugs are removed, spark plugs looks like this. So they're a bit oily, but that's probably because they were lubricated when putting in there. And it's the right NGK BP ES version. So let's let's clean these surfaces up. I've already done this one, the oil pump, and that one. So we have this one too, but let's just clean this surface with this little thing, and then we can clean the cam belts, put them back in there, and then we're good to go. It's interesting to see if these are, they can be replacement ones. So after some wire wheeling, I think we can use this for this purpose today. I found another one because the one that came out of the engine was too bad, but of course in the pile of GS junk we have a lot of here, I had one that is pretty dry because it's sounding, but let's put it in there. And then we have the cam belts to do. We have this one 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock. And well, we don't need to be that careful with this, but it should be like something like there or something. It's working. There is some pressure in here, so when spinning this around I saw this pumping, so everything works. But yeah, let's get the timing belts on. Look at this unbelievable shape of the ignition parts. Must have been changed just before the car was parked. Look at that. There's absolutely no wear at all. And the same goes for the rotor. It's like, it's new. It's a new Dusselier part. Wow. And these wires, plug wires, they're of course changed because this is not a Citroën part, but there is no spark, so we're gonna look for bad connections here and there. I assume that we have a, yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can just find some bad connections. It's another beautiful day here at Citroën headquarters, and I'm gonna continue today with the grey car. The reason why I didn't put the front back together on the brown one was that we had a small, I hope, issue yesterday. The fan screw was totally stuck. I didn't get the screw out. I only forced the nut to make new threads over the end of the screw. This is totally stuck. And I couldn't understand why. And then I looked at inside of the fan hub. You see that red thing there? This reddish thing there? That's Loctite. So when they overhaul the engine with new timing belts, they probably put Loctite here. And if you think about how much surface there is with the coils or threads in here, it's several square centimeters in there. And if that is Loctite, the only thing to get this out is to heat up this to over 200 degrees and then use a wrench or big pliers to make this turn. So that's what we're gonna do this afternoon. But in the meantime, let's have fun with this. I'm gonna spare you the details of this removing the front, because I did exactly the same work yesterday. Made a little rig here. It looks pretty anyway. And I managed to get gas and choke working, so let's see if we can just fill the bottle in carb and test if there's any working gears and clutch maybe. So now we know that the car starts and runs. I can actually maneuver the car from inside with both gas pedal and choke. And clutch works, first gear and reverse works at least. Well, that's enough for me for now. Now I want to make this car a 10-meter car. And that means a car that is not perfect in any means, but if you step away like 10 meters away from the car, it looks from that distance, totally okay. It can almost look really, really good from 10 meters. Because I don't want to have old junk sitting around here. It just looks dull. So let's clean this thing up.